capacity crowd here.
Well, on the face of it, Peter, we would appear to have a high-caliber meeting with very little at stake. But then you consider a chance for one or two of the fringe players to get a look in, and this becomes a big incentive. It changes the dynamic. So there's plenty at stake for them, which will do no harm to the energy levels and the overall conviction, and hopefully the style of contest.
And that gets things running. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
I would have to say Victor Osimhen, Peter. Africa has always produced some outstanding striking talents, and this is the man I see as the latest in that line. He's fast, he's powerful, he's very athletic, and he looks the perfect man if you want to hit on the counter-attack.
Yes, he'd be my pick too. It's going to be all about how they get the best out of him. Gakpo. And the first 45 minutes are up. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. How to look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, there's no way to disguise the fact that they've been poor. Not a single shot on goal tells you all you need to know, Peter. Everything seems a little hurried to me, a little rushed, panicked even at times.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. And we're underway again.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Sara, Akun, and here's Osimhen. The referee's awarded a free kick. Just a talking to, I think. Yes, it is.
Substitution for Liverpool. Number 18.
Going for goal! Oh, how's that for a goal? A finish of true class!
What a time to take the lead, but now comes the dilemma of whether you want to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience.
A true beauty of a goal, so brilliantly executed. Well, there's going to be another change here.
I think this is going to add an entirely different dimension to their attack now. They've got the physical presence, they've got a real aerial threat, and it looks more promising from here.
Golotosaray have broken through. It's 1-0.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Moved on forwards. Shalai. And the referee brings it to a close. Quite a game, and one that was always on a knife edge until the very final whistle. No shortage of endeavour, effort, at times effervescence, but just one goal to show for all of that. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
It's a poor result. They offered very little goal threat, and it's the kind of unproductive performance that can drain confidence pretty quickly. At the business end, they just can't close the deal.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. So we're up and running. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
I would have to say the Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen. I think he's someone who can be a target man and a poacher all in one, Peter. I think he's very good with his back to goal. He has a lovely first touch, and at the same time he's got the pace to run behind defensive lines, and it's very difficult to see any weaknesses in his game. The complete package.
Well, quite no argument from me on that one. And the whistle goes for half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, it's been nothing but frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. So the first half brought no goals. Now it's Lang. Lang's cross. Gravenberg. Frimpong. And that's it, nothing to separate them. It is penalties.
Well, 0-0 doesn't offer a fair reflection of what we've seen. The game's been vibrant. I think the atmosphere has remained buoyant, and we just need the scoreline to step into line.
And so they prepare themselves to settle it from the spot. Real tension here then as the first man readies himself. An exchange of stares, and we're ready to go. And he's found the net.
He knew exactly what he wanted to do there and executed it perfectly.
Osimhen is the next to run the gauntlet. Coolly done, one each.
He just did what he was asked.
Gakpo is the man who's second in line.
Yeah, it's a guessing game for the keeper, and he gets wrong.
So, the second man in line. And he puts it away.
Yeah, made his mind up very quickly and just didn't waver.
The third man in the queue. Oh, good take, keeper committed himself.
Looks like he's done it 1,000 times, never looked like missing.
No! Denied remarkably!
Well, he felt the goalkeeper outstared him there, which gave him the edge.
That's how it's done, he made the keeper commit. And they're 2 up. The margin of error is 0. It's in, he's kept them in it.
I thought he did really well to hold his nerve then and score that penalty.
So he walks up to the spot and puts the ball down. So can he do it? He's buried it, and he's won it. So in the end, they just about prevailed. All the emotional torture and travails, worth it in the end.
Well, there's really nothing quite like the excitement of a penalty shootout, and they'll be absolutely delighted to avenge it their way.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you.